You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it.
First off, specifically for those of you been waiting this whole time to just hear or see a little bit more on Nightingale from roughly last year. In case you missed out, by the way, this is a first-person PvE open world survival crafting game. We just got about 6 more minutes of dev diary and just bits of gameplay showcasing just how this game is using Unreal Engine 5 and reconfirmation that the game is indeed a PC exclusive and now due out by the end of next year.
Void. Waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick. Have offended. Think but this.
Moving on, we have from barely yesterday, completely out of nowhere, something here called Under a Rock. This is a totally indie Unreal Engine project sitting on Steam, available to be wishlisted only, and described by its developers as a procedural open-world survival craft game for 1 to 10 players at once, where you're mainly just there to explore primitive caves and such. Check it out. Under a Rock is currently in pre-alpha stage, and this is actual gameplay. Coming up behind that, we have Rooted. I've actually mentioned this one last week. This is a survival almost cloned off of the Last of Us games by using Unreal Engine 5 and, well, still in very early stages of development. This game is said to be coming in about a year from now. Once released, it will actually support co-op play, day and night cycle, some season shifts and stuff, and in terms of story, well, the team only promised to come up with some of that in the following month. Sons of the Forest, on the other hand, initially set to release in August this year, is now finally coming out February 23 next year for PCs and all consoles except Switch. Sons of the Forest here, as opposed to its predecessor The Forest, actually does promise a significant gameplay refinements, a greater emphasis on horror and survival mechanics, and plenty of new story arcs we're still not aware of yet. Check it out. At number 5, we've got, with another trailer here from roughly a week ago, Forever Skies. Well, the news that this game's early access phase is about to hit Steam in about a month, and that you can actually wishlist the game, in case you are hyped about for it already. Forever Skies is a first-person post-apocalyptic survival shooter built using Unreal Engine 5, in which you play the role of an astronaut or some spaceship captain traveling around the Earth and do whatever you have to do to survive. Coming up next, we've got The Day Before, probably the most anticipated survival game due next year. But in case you missed it, this is an open world MMO survival set in this post-pandemic world, basically America, overrun with zombies and survivors, where everybody's just killing each other for food. Check it out. We just got reconfirmation that the game is releasing March 1st next year for PCs and the next generation of consoles only. To accompany the good news, we also got a new trailer too. Moving on, we've got from earlier this year what's called Derelicts. This is a somewhat post-apocalyptic co-op survival horror sim, technically set years after this certain ancient mechanism, mystery, whatever this is, has been landed on Earth and has flooded it due to some radiation, whatever. And then now you and a few other people as a rescue team are tasked with investigating the source of the incident. Build, craft, explore, and use whatever you have in hand to survive. Check it out, the game's set to be coming to PCs only, due out by the end of the year.
Fought and died to give us a chance to start over.
Arc 2, in case you have been waiting for some good news, still doesn't have a firm release date, but it is currently aiming to launch early to mid 2023. It is going to be coming to Xbox Series X and PCs only. Other than that, what I've learned is that the game has been given the budget of $5 million for full development plan, and as far as gameplay goes, all we know is that it'll be a Souls-like open world survival at its core.
We can.
Under the mountain of Durin's folk, a shadow took our treasured halls.
Coming up behind that by Free Range Games, we've got once again the Lord of the Rings return to Moria. This is a survival, first-of-a-kind crafting game set in Middle-earth's 4th Age that actually kicks off directly after the events of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the movies. Here's a new trailer in case you missed it. As you can see, here you do take on the lead of dwarves on a quest to reclaim the legacy from goblins.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Among the Trolls here is a first-person survival action adventure and about the mysteries of a forest set in Finland, where you have actually just arrived so that you can take care of your grandpa. And what happens next is as you arrive, there's just nobody there and you're now tasked with yours and your family's rescue from trolls, I would assume. Check it out, game's set to be coming to PCs sometime next year. Number 11, we've got from just over a month ago something here called the Gold River Project, which is set to be coming to PCs only through early access as an open-world survival craft PvP-based action and adventure. Actually playable with up to 4 players as well. Not really much to it except it is story-wise about you and 3 other friends on this very long week on some remote camping trip, and then, well, all of a sudden then you realize you're kind of lost or something. Coming up behind that from earlier June this year. In case you missed it, we've got Winter Survival sitting on Steam through a demo right now and the full game releasing by the end of the year. We're here. Check it out. This is a single-player sandbox exploration winter survival sim, obviously. What I've always imagined since it's revealed to be a game adaptation of a movie called Into the Wild. Check it out in case you missed it. In case you've been waiting on an update on State of Decay 3, earlier today we actually got confirmation that the game is now being built using Unreal Engine and that it'll this time around be completely different in visuals. not just the graphics, but the gameplay mechanics as well, for a broader audience. This game is a Microsoft exclusive this time, and it does have a much bigger budget for development, so keep it in mind.